Yokoso and welcome. It's another day for us to play this fake Grand Order game that you haven't seen me in 2 days, but that's about it for that one. We'll get more into the details as to why that is the case, but first let's smash that vase out into space, all lowercase, cause it is bond points that we chase. Man, shut that bird up. Thank you. Hey. I have done just about nothing productive these last couple of days by society standards. However, I have done a lot that's been productive by my standards, including reading a lot of manga and finishing a volume of a light novel that I really enjoyed. And I was just like Scoob, reading can be cool. And that was it. And you know what, Scoob? I really think that reading can be cool. I don't mean Scoob as in our friend Scoob, but I mean Scoob as in Scooby-Doo. I can do this. I can do this. What I learned in boating school is... There we go. Nice. Yeah, so... I guess we'll get into more details as to what I've been up to here in a minute. Let's first just get lubed up and get this more... I want to say contemporary, that's not the right word. Confectionery, that's not the right word either. Well, there's some word that I'm thinking of, but once we get that word that I'm thinking of done, then we can start talking more in depth about stuff. It's not like this takes a lot of brain power, but... I don't know. I haven't done this grind in a few days. I'm getting rusty. I might forget how to play the game. And that said 999,000 and some other number after it. 999,000. That's a fun number. A big one, but a fun number. We're gonna hit him with that good number. Good number. Gets shot with a giant laser beam. I guess I don't even need to do that second skill. The only time we would need to is if this battle gets drug out for a super duper long time. We can get hit with a creamtasm. But what are the odds of getting creamed on? 6 to 0? Or maybe more 0 to 6? Nike Air Jordan? Premium Bandai has a Nike Air Jordan model kit? They do. I'm not going to buy it, but that's crazy. $130? Holy schmoly. This bit thing is something. Wow. It is. That's cute. How you do you how do? Dusty Egusan, are you ready to spend your $130 to buy yourself that Nike Air Jordans model kit from Premium Bandai right now? You are? I knew it. You're a big shoe head, only second to Kazuya from Tekken. Well, I thank you for your bits. Them 20 bits, that's like 20 bits. Isn't a bit like a penny? I think so. That's that like the conversion rate. I remember one time, it was like the first person they came to the stream. Like, oh wait, did I say that right? It was the first time that person had come to the stream is what I meant to say. I don't know, it came out. But anyway, they just came, they donated like 1 bit, and I was like, thank you for the 1 bit. That's the first time anyone has ever given a bit to the channel. And they were like, I like to help out friends. And now, you know, I'm not gonna be like, okay, wise guy. But pretty much it's like, dog, like, I don't know what you, like, I don't think a penny's gonna help anyone out of debt. Like, thank you, but like... And also, it's like, this is the first time I've ever heard of you, dog. Like, you can't pull that excuse if you help out friends. Like, this is the first time you've ever come to the chat. Like, it's like, I'm not upset. It's just like, you're saying all the wrong things. Well, thank you for the 40 bits there, cutie. Did it work? I haven't set anything up for bits, so I don't even know if that like popped up on screen. You'll have to tell me if it did. You saw the funny face. Love to hear it. Remember when SpongeBob and Patrick had that clam? And then SpongeBob was like, look at the funny face, do 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 do. And then it zooms out and he's crying holding a puppet. He's like, look at the funny face. That was funny. It'd be a good vibe killer. Yeah, imagine if like 2 days ago when I was talking about how I accepted my mortality and was gonna die, that you just on screen just like creaming guy face, and then it would have been like, well, GG. I don't know. I would have thought it was really funny, like me personally. Yeah, just like a bunch of smiley faces. Now see, a real one like me, I think I would just like, I don't know if I'd like actually laugh, but I think that would be funny. Like straight up, I'd be okay, now that's funny. But I don't care who you are, you have to admit, now this is funny. You know what I mean? You need to do space out to acknowledge it. Oh yeah, how's your job hunting going? Did you get owned yet, or are you like still getting owned, but like online? Gouda belly. Oh yeah, you're right. In this outfit, she does have exposed gut. So far, pretty bad. But hey, interview tomorrow. That's something, Chief Keef. I haven't gotten an interview tomorrow. I haven't had an interview in like since May, whenever that was. No, that's not true. I think I had one in like June. But I also had a job for the entirety of those like several months span. Toasted Tiamat. Indeed. You cover her in butter, put her in the pan, lightly, toast her, and that's it. And chest. Hello, Zeri-san. Hang on, I'm having a coherent thought. I can do this. I can do this. Alright, coherent thought had. Save some for the rest of you. It's okay, man. Like, the ones that I have, they're pretty much toasted and roasted, no Tiamat. We would all know a bunch about that. Well, why aren't you gonna get it? Did it like get sold before you could like get it? Or did you get hit with a rock and could no longer meet the mailman at the door and no one else will sign for you? Me when I do 0 damage. Wait, did you say stopping? I thought that it was just like, you know, they're gonna start doing... Yeah, it's just like now there's gonna be a tariff, I thought, like 20% extra charge on whatever you order based off of like the total worth of whatever you're having sent. I thought that's all that was happening. What you mean? And I mean, as long as you ordered it before the 29th and it's been cleared through customs, yeah, I mean, you're all good there. But what you mean, Chief? Temporary suspension? Is this some type of joke? Is this some type of joke? That sucks. Someone's gotta tap in, and I am willing to sacrifice my own life by standing with a picket fence. I gotta look that up. Oh man. You're right. Individual gifts with the content value exceed... Wait, no, that doesn't seem... Okay, individual gifts with content value exceeding $100 and goods intended for sale or for consumption. I mean, maybe it'd still work out. Man, this guy said it best that I just saw a comment. Like, this is just so exhausting. Way to ruin one of the little bits of joy I find in my day to day. I've got Ami Ami pre-orders through next year, not to mention getting authentic game soundtracks, whatever. Provided Ami Ami doesn't change pre-orders, they can't ship. I guess I can start looking at some of my backlog. A yada yada this and a yada yada that. Yeah, I think I'll just kill myself. This sucks. You know, things were going good because, like, after that CAT scan, when they put the iodine in me for, like, whatever, I was like, to, like, get a better look at my organs. They were like, hey, yeah, good news. That growth you had on your kidney, it just up and disappeared. And you know why that happened? I just got kind of hungry, I guess. And then my own body, like, cannibalized itself. It's like, well, let's start with this chunk of kidney growth. So, you know, everything was, like, looking good for a gal like me. It was all like, yeah, you know, no longer now has your life been, like, reduced to just, like, another 10, 20 years. But you know what? I would rather be dead. It's all like, geez Louise, like, man, like, I have a bunch of stuff in Japan right now. Like, I have, like, on 2 different sites, I have a bunch of pre-orders. And no, they're not even pre-orders. They're just like stuff that's arrived that I need to ship to, like, to me. And it doesn't sound like I'm now going to be able to do that. This stinks. I mean, honey, you could still buy it. It'll just be sitting in storage for hopefully just several months and not several years. Most of these sites, you know, will make, like, you know, oh, dude, I'm stuck. I can't remember. What am I talking about? Where am I? Who are you people? Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of sites will just, like, hang on to it. Like, when this whole nonsense first started, Japan Rabbit, they said that they were going to be, like, they said that they would, like, indefinitely hold on to stuff until things are figured out. And then, like, that ended up not panning out the first time. So then it's like, okay, business as usual. So I'm sure they'll send out, like, an email talking about that. Or, hey, just don't ship anything to you that's valued over $100. Oh, okay, so you want to send something. If it's an image of something, like, if it's like a collection thing, you can always send it, I guess, to, like, let's see. Mustard Merchant. I just almost threw up. Mustard Merchandise Works. If you want to send it on Discord, or you might be able to send it in the chat. I don't have links turned off. That's why bots always manage to come in here and post. Speaking of bots, I got close to 20 calls today that were just like evil spam calls. Yeah, that's a pretty cute keychain. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from buying it as long as your parcel isn't worth over $100. It looks like they'll still ship it. I'm stuck, hang on. Why is Gawain on the team? Nothing against you, Gawain, but like, get a bag. When you get a job. Okay. I mean, I hope for the best for you. But the lotto. The lotto. Or do you mean like the lotto is in the game that I'm playing and you're gonna just like hop on the summer event? CSGO lotto. Okay, there you go. Now that's respectable. But like the Powerball, that's called getting hit by a bus and not getting paid for it. But in the words of Jake the dog, you can't argue with results. So if it works out, then I'm happy for you. But if it doesn't, then I'm sad it happened. Yeah, but aren't you like a big fan of Family Guy? Because if the answer is yes, which I thought it was, Dusty Eguson, that one guy from that show, that dog, that Brian created character, they once said that the lottery is taxes for stupid people. And you dare challenge the words of your goat? I don't know, man. But I mean, hey, whatever works, right? But taxes are taxes for stupid people? Yeah, only stupid people get born. Smart people wear protection and never have kids to begin with. Yay. Well, hopefully this whole suspension to the states and shipping for things over $100, it will be like, will figure itself out, you know what I'm saying? Or I guess just spend a lot of money shipping one thing at a time instead of shipping a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? It's like I bought 10 keychains, now to ship them all to me one at a time, spending over $100 in shipping. I don't know, I'm sure something will work. Nah, it's not going to work out. I think we should just all kill ourselves. Because if we're all dead, then who's the government have to govern? No one, which means they're not making any money. So yeah, I think just everyone ever that's not in a position of government, we should just all kill ourselves.
frog.
Or we kill those who overbear us. Yeah, but that's like much harder. And like requires people organized and like willing to do, like, okay, I'm sure you can find people willing to do it. But I'm telling you, man, no one does anything anymore because no one wants to be a martyr. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one wants to die for a cause anymore. And I don't blame them. I don't want to die for a cause. But, like, that's just it. No one wants to be out there, get shot 7 times in the chest, and then be dead. Because even worse, what if you get shot 7 times in the chest and you live? Now you have all that medical debt, and you have to live the rest of your life probably as like a 50th class citizen because they're like, hey, you tried to take out like Billy Bob McBilly and failed. So not only do we all make fun of you for failing, you also, medical debt and have this on your permanent record, Mrs. Puff. Know what I'm saying? It's like the risk at trying and failing is so much worse than just like thugging it out. It's like the system's been contorted to where the system doesn't care about what the people say anymore, so it'll just do whatever. Because honestly, like 80 years ago, 60 years ago, if you just got like a bunch of people that like walked in the streets with signs, the government listened to you and they were like, oh man, the people are really upset. I guess we have to do something now. But nowadays, it's just like people do that and they're like, mow them down. And then they just like start beating them to a pulp and throwing tear gas. Because you know why? Approval ratings in that way just don't matter anymore. Like, it's just like, we live in a society. You scream in the streets with signs, peaceful protests, it just don't work anymore. The government just don't care. Like, it doesn't, like, public approval ratings, like, they don't care about that. They know that the people are going to hate them no matter what, so might as well make a buck while they're doing something evil. It's just like, that's the world we live in. So the only way out is just to kill yourself. Like, straight up. They won't have any power over you if you're dead. Why is MASH still on the team? Get out of here. Stop sucking up Bond. Yeah, and then what happened to that reporter? Did they do a fancy dance on camera afterwards? Or were they just like, oh man, there goes my career, and then they blew up? Rose said, ouch, I've been shot. That's how I'm not trying to be, honestly. But like, if I had to be that way, I guess whatever works, right? It's like, I'd rather it not pan out that way, but like, if it has to, I mean, hey, I'll take it, I guess. Most preferably not have to deal with all that, but if I have to, I guess it's whatever. One time I was talking with one of my roommates when I was living in Texas, and they were saying, they're like, yeah, if I ever get low enough in the point in my life where I just don't want to be alive anymore, I'm just going to take out some politician I disagree with, and it's just like objectively a bad person. So then at least that I died, like, hopefully making other people's lives a bit better. And I'm like, you know what, you're really real for that one. Like, I feel the same way, dog. Like, If and when I finally hit the breaking point, I'll just find like old Jimmy Two Shoes, and then I'll just be like, "There's a bomb strapped to my chest," like SpongeBob, and explode. Chat emoji on screen. You right. You real for that one. Hey, this is that album that you like. Patchouli Knowledge Racers. Maybe if the chance presents itself. That's what I'm saying. Like, if the shoe fits, I'm gonna wear it. It just feels like you need to already have all the preparations and everything made so that when they're doing like their live tour, you can already have it just like 2 clicks away, where all you have to do is show up in your big parka and then be like, I just want to shake his hand, and then you explode. Listen, there's a reason these things haven't happened before, because everyone's a coward, including me, you, and everyone else ever that I've ever talked to. Because if you're determined, you can probably figure out a way to do it. But you know what? I'm not that determined yet. I really don't want to like incriminate myself and start preparing for that. And like Johnny Government to like check me out and be like, hey dog, what are you up to? Remember that one time when that one guy on Twitter, they were like a teen, I believe, and they disappeared for a few weeks, and then they just came back to Twitter, and then they were like, yeah, it's like those FBI agent reading tweets thing is real. And then it was like, what? And then they're like, we'll see. And then they talked about how they specifically picked out a tweet that they had made, or they said they had an e-girl trapped in their basement that they were making ghostwrite tweets for them. And the FBI came to their house and showed their parents that tweet. And it's like, yes. It's like, see, I don't really want to have to deal with that now. It's like, you gotta somehow like analog prepare all that. Like, you start doing something, they're going to oil you up and fry you before you can become the Sinister Slug. Literally everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where I'm at. Why do I keep forgetting what I'm doing? Hang on, I can do this. I can do this. Okay, well, I'm bringing the wrong Koyanskaya. Glowies are not people. No, but they sure like to pretend like they are. You're gonna go and get yourself lubed up? Well, make sure that you use a towel this time. You're gonna go and get yourself some bread. All aboard the trip to the shed. Well, you have fun losing that street cred. Because honestly, it's worth more in bread. Now this is the team that I stole from Zaraku-san, who stole from someone else on the internet. But see, mine's different because I switched out. I'm not using Saber Alter, I'm using Gawain. You don't have any street cred anyway. Like, honestly, same. The streets haven't even seen me. I've got like that neutral cred, you know, I could either go up or down. Right now I'm at like a base 0. I like this team. Gawain does so much damage. Gawain Unleashed. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Oh well. Supposed to save that for the next turn because he can clear that enemy just with like 2 crits by himself. But now he's not going to have any crit stars to do so, so we have to do that thing. Oh, we don't even have enough anyway, like. So, I gotta use a command spell. Yay! Check it out, guys. Gawain Gaming. And then he throws his sword up into the air. And then Inferno happens. And about 1.4 million damage. I need to grail Gawain, but I run into an issue. For some reason on this server, I have like no grails. I don't know where they just all up and went and disappeared to, but I have like actually like -4. But then I have like 40 on JP. Got like 40 grails and no one to spend them on. That's not really true per se, but like, I guess my issue on JP is that I have no EXP. That's it. Like, I have a lot of grails, but I have no EXP. That's an easy fix, but I don't know. You expect me to do it? You're back. Welcome back. Scream. Let's see, I'm just kind of curious. So all these buffs last for 3 turns, so we can do it now. Let's see how much damage Gawain can do. He has a sun buff, so this is going to be doing 30% crit damage. Let's see. Do it, Gawain! Oh, well, it's not that much actually. It's still a lot of damage, but if that was Lancelot, he would have done like more. See, but what's impressive is that he does 1.4 million damage to a single enemy. It's a bet you're thinking, he just did 1.4 million damage there. What's the big deal? Well, see, that was to 3 different guys. This is just one enemy right here. What are you talking about? Did you roll? You know, you big smelly loser. If you just got yourself up to like, what? And just get yourself to Oc 1, you'd get 1,000 quartz for free. And you could have used that to roll to get her NP6 so you can have her max a pin skills level 120. But instead, here you are just waffling about, eating eggs, no care in the world. Instead of trying to get a job, you could just grind through JP, get yourself that 1,000 free quartz, and you could have already have had like covered in cheese. NP6 is max. No, well, yes. If you want max append skills and like level 120, it's gonna take you NP6, yeah, for a 5-star. However, you know, if you want like a 4-star, just normal regular servant, you need 16 of them. So the one in front of the gun lives forever. You're working on it, I'll believe it when I see it, tough guy. Just look at all these rate ups. Now see, I actually want to roll for Holmes's just because I want a servant that can give, just because the buffs that he gives, really. Like, that's it. His NP is good. That's really it, honestly. You just really want him for his NP, and then his first skill like lowers arts resistance. So like he'd be good support for Lance a lot, but I'd also have to like test my luck. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I've had some pretty good luck no, knock on wood. I've had some alright luck, like I got Kazura drop in like 2 tickets. I got Tesuka Tripoka. It took a good amount of quartz for that, but then I got like Tiamat and NP5 Miss Crane pretty easily. So like, I feel like I might have depleted my sources. Also, alternative to that, like to counter, you know, I also could just wait for Calamity Jane. In Calamity Jane, she also gives a breakthrough invincibility and a crit buff, and also pretty much all the things that Holmes does, except for the arts resistance down. And I would probably have a better chance rolling for her. So I could just wait. That might be the safe bet. But I'd also rather get Holmes just because of, he also gives like a breakthrough defense, and his is just hidden behind a noble phantasm. You have to have at least 40 crit stars on the field for Calamity Jane to work. So I'm kind of like, they both have their merits and demerits. Tap in, dog. You've been playing the game for as long as I have. That's true, right? That's true. Totally not a fabricated fabrication. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Like, don't I have Martha as a ruler? I forget. I don't have any EXP is like an issue. Like, I have one. I have one piece of like Lancer EXP. You know what I'm saying? So that's like another issue there. Oh yeah, I do. I think she's in P3. Yeah. I'm thinking of a number, Chief. Even or odd? What you got? What you think? Even or odd? Odd. Well, you got it wrong. So, die, I guess. Ending yourself. Hey, see? So you're doing it like I said, just for a different reason. So you're a part of my cause, even if you meant to. Hang on. Do we want to hear Weekender, or do we want to hear... So we got Weekender, Voyage in My Room, or Like a Darling Stone. Or I guess Desire OD. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling Desire OD, Chief. Between 1, 2, 4, and 7. What you feeling? 1, 2, 4, or 7? Pick your poison. 1, 2, 4, or 7. So you want to hear Voyage in My Room? You got it. Wait, you said 4? So, okay. 1, 2, buckle your shoe, you choose 4. Okay. So that means we're gonna listen to Desire OD. If this doesn't work out, it's you! You who have faced the consequences! Kiyohime? Alright, it's not looking good for you, Dusty Egu-san. That's not Kiyohime. We're gonna lube you up and then put you in the fryer. You're gonna be covered in graphite. Asana Serenity. Ushiwakamaru. Boo. Hey, that's actually, I guess that, I don't know, now I can max limit break that, I guess. I think. Or maybe I already did have it max limit broken. No, it's the other one. The good one that I need to max limit break. The one that boosts, like, Buster and, Noble Phantasm damage. That's the one I need one more of on this server. Caster. That's not Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles? Who's that? That's a rhetorical question, don't you dare answer. Remember when I was trying to get more copies of Coup Caster and they kept getting Mephistopheles? That was a sad day. And also, like, not even that long ago. Just a little something light, a little something to eat. More just a little light something, a little something to eat. I guess we could change the stream title to bait ugly people into coming. Hey, a kaleidoscope! You know what? I guess that's kind of worth it, sweet. Watashi ni mukete? Me no mae watashi ni mukete? It's like, look my way in front of your eyes, something like that. Whatever, I'm gonna throw up. Okay, Dusty Egu-san. You got a choice between 1, 2, and 7. 1, 2, or 7. What's it gonna be? 1, 2, or 7? The choice is yours. 7. Alright, if this proves to go foul, you're going to be hurt like a darling stone. You ever thought about eating a lily pad? Because neither have I. Eating a fan? Like a metal one or a paper one? Or a plastic one? You did right now. The infection of imagination. Like that one movie called Pontypool. Plastic, so you can like macroplastic, like digest. Like microplastics are for losers, so I worry about that macroplastics. Last week, I ate a Power Ranger toy. Just for the love of the game. Hey. Boo. Well, actually, that's not a boo moment, because now we have our NP4. Ask Martha Stewart, put some respect on her name. Have you ever heard of the word shusen? The way it's spelled is the kanji for fall, you know, like aki, and then like san, it's like fan. It's a fun little word in Japanese that I like a lot. So shusen literally means like autumn fan, and you use it to describe something that's useless, especially if it's like a lover who's been like left behind. You know, it's like you're like a fan in autumn, useless. Shusen. There's a killer song called Shusen. I believe it's by Shibayan Records. Saber? NP5 Lon Ling, let's go. I wish Zeddy-san was here to see this. He like is top 5 fans of this guy. He would totally like do that thing for him. Have I read Ichi the Killer? No. You know what I have read though? Fate Lost Ein Hadjar. I finished reading that today. It's a light novel from 2022, and it's about like it takes place in the Fate Apocrypha universe, and it takes place like 10 years after it. And yeah, it's a Holy Grail War in Norway. So like all the servants are Nordic except for Percival, because Percival's just for some reason there. You know, he's just like all the servants are like Nordic. You got like Ragnar, Aslaug, Sinfjotli. Like those are just like 3, but then there's like and then there's just Percival. He's like, hey guys, it's me, Percival. Percival Gaming, guys, what's good? And I don't know, I just think it's funny. It's just like, why is Percival there? Also, according to the lore of that universe, Percival has won 3 Holy Grail Wars. Like, and he just keeps entering them still, which is funny to me. It's like bro's just like farming wins. Although in, I guess, the defense of that universe, like the Holy Grail Wars are called subspecies Grail Wars because they're not as like grandiose, and they can usually only summon 5 servants. So you know the scale is a lot lower. And bro is bored. Yeah, like honestly, he really is just like, I got nothing to do next weekend. Go ahead and summon me. I'll, you know, crank out a couple wins for you. I think that's really funny. And bro's just like farming. Like, what is that called? Aura farming? That's what he's doing. He's just out here and he's all like, yeah, dog, I'm just like winning. Like, I don't even need the win. I've already won 3 times. So like, you know, win and keep winning. Am I right? Or am I Sherlock Holmes? Look, Mr. Krabs, all we had to do was talk about Percival, aura farming. He said, that's crazy. I'm glad you could be here for this moment so that you can eat all that cheese. You're free from being beheaded. Yeah, you are. You are. Unfortunately, I don't get to kill you this time. Unfortunately, you get to keep living. I know how much you were looking forward to getting owned, but this time you got to carry on, honey. It's all up to you. In the spotlight, all you can do is carry on. I wanted to find that Shu Sin song I was talking about. Oh, there it is. This is the song Shu Sin. I see. Well, I mean, I don't want to say like, well, I can check it out eventually, but like, I can check it out eventually. I'm kind of on a Fate manga kick. Since I'm unemployed, I decided I'm going to try and read every Fate manga. Well, not quite every one of them, but just like, I'm still finishing the Fate Grand Order ones. I have to finish reading the Shimosa one and then the Salem one, and I'll be read up on all the main story Fate Grand Order ones. And then I've even read some of the spin-off ones, like the cooking one, which I thought was really good. So once I'm finished with those, I was going to read Fate Apocrypha, the manga, because I've seen the anime, but you know. But that's like, after that I guess I'll be free. is what I would say, but then I was going to read the 2 Fate Requiem novels. And then I was going to beat you to death, but I guess I can like postpone beating you to death. You know, just for a little bit though, I'll postpone beating you to death. I don't have no EXP except for this EXP. You want to save it for after? I see. Oh, your 3DS battery did the inflation. That happened to my Game Boy SP battery. Are you gonna buy a new one, or are you just gonna be like, you're gonna do the Mr. Krabs robot dance and like suck the inflation out of it? You already did? That's good. I need you to hop on Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. I want to run some sets. Hop on the peer-to-peer server. And you lost your Smash for 3DS. Hit him with that "say my name, I know you're my savior" type moment. Squidward, Squidward, Squidward. What does he have to say? He has the same voice actor as... Oh yeah, I did hit the ad. He has the same voice actor as Gawain. Yay! In the meantime, my dear. And then he gets owned. Adgon, you also like fully skilled the Kagetora. That's pretty cool. Finally. She's in the best state that you can afford to put her in right now. No longer does she smell like eggs. The Rock. Do not tell Jills, because he's like level 50, and I've been like this whole time like, well, I gotta go and grind for some EXP, sorry Jills. And then here I am, I just pulled 60 EXP out of the ether, I just gave it to Holmes. Oh, look, see, and he's still just like barely short. What is this? Some type of like fake beard or something? Oh no, never mind. We got a super oa gureto desu yo. Konosaban to or something. See, it all worked with them. It all works out in the end. I guess I only have 27 grails, but I mean I think I have close to 40 if you count all my grail fragments. See, this freak here, I just kind of forgot about that I was supposed to be leveling him up. I mean, we can just give him this little bit that's left. There you go, pal. Just a little something light for you, man. Just a little something to keep you full for a bit. That's all I have on tap, though, so don't expect anything else. Back to our normal scheduled programming. I have to get more caster gems. Hey, you know that one time the Squidward sat up in the middle of the night and said, "I have got to," and then he exploded. Risetto. You remember that? Yeah, he was real for that one. Too bad he exploded. Farewell, Squidward will always remember you. Don't worry, Dusty Egu-san. If you ever explode, I think we might forget about you. But, you know what? That's okay. I have got to get a Krabby Patty. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And then he blew up. Honestly, Dusty Egu-san, because you're not completed with like part 1 or part 2, you haven't gotten your 1000 quartz yet, we will just forget about you. It'll be like, hey, do you remember that one guy? They had like the egg name, and then we'll be all like, no. They didn't complete all of the Fate Grand Order video game. All the existing story that was out. Clearly there's some type of like fake fan, fake Fate fan, the triple F. Kill him. Kill him. Call Siren Head. You know what we'll do? You know what we'll actually do? We'll call some flat earthers. And those flat earthers are gonna toss you over the edge, man. They're gonna go, they toss them over the edge. And those flat earthers, they're gonna toss you over the edge. Oh, you're at the part where you fight Gawain? You could use the year 1 strat and just get him in a stun loop with Medusa, Eyuriware, and Steno. The fat girthers. That's a good one right there, Chief. But anyway, yeah, it's already through for you. I already called them, and they're gonna jump you, and they're gonna say, hey, yo, throw them off the edge. And they're gonna throw you off the edge. Listen, if you didn't want it to happen, you should have just grinded the game. You should have just gave up everything and spent all of your life just playing this video game. And no, the police can't help you out of this one. Because what are police for if not to ignore people in danger at times like this? Oh man, we listened to the whole Patchouli Racers album. This is your fault, dog. We're out of the Patchouli Racer songs. We're gonna have to kill you. For no reason other than just like we're out of Patchouli Racers. Bro said, I wanted to hear Patchouli Racers. Instead, we'll listen to this one album that has Chin on the cover. I know how much you like Chin. Oh man, showing up to Chin's house. Where your mom at? You're looking for Ran. Oh no. Chin opens the door. Where your mom at? Rubbing your hands together, looking evil. Licking your lips deliciously. Have you ever noticed that whenever people talk about Ran in like a delicious way, they talk about her tails being really warm? Did you ever see that one drawing where it's like insert yourself here, just one of those characters is just like an outline of like a no features body, and then they're like asking Rand to sit down really fast, and then she's like, what a weird request, and then it's like the air blows at them, and everyone's like, I could just imagine that warmth in the comments to that. I wish I could be one of those guys. They seem like they have like a special thing going on, like they probably really enjoy their lives. You actually think you have? There's a good chance. I saw it on Twitter, like some years ago. And like it made its rounds, and that's like all everyone is saying. They're like, oh yeah, I need that warmth. And it's like, bro, just buy a jacket, get a sweater, touch your toes, do some stretches, like... I don't know. I don't think it's that serious. You're scaring me. When you're openly weird. When I'm openly weird, I usually get blocked. True story. Many such cases. Well, when I put it that way, it just makes it sound like I'm a menace, which I guess that's what that is. When you're being open and true to yourself, society considers you a menace. Hang on, I'm trying to have a coherent thought again. I can do this. I can do this. This is a pretty good event. Too bad you're not doing it for some reason. Oh yeah, because you're grinding Camelot, because you like Gawain a lot. Because why care? Well, see, my whole thing is, what if I, like, am in a position of government one day, and then they're like, hey, you the one that talked about, and they insert a horrible comment about, like, a fat pair of nuts, And then I'm just like, hey, now see, I was under the influence of having a good time. And then I get beaten to death with batons. The way it makes you flustered, especially when he beats the doo-doo out of you. Will it make you feel any better if I show you that one video that you like so much? Here. Well, just take a look at the screen. I'm gonna I know how much you like this video. I'll go ahead and show it to you. Here you go. Oh no. Oh, oh no, and then he's just having a good time and gets yanked away. And then that guy leaves. It's okay, Dusty Egger-san. If you got hit with a tire, I'd leave too. I'd just get in my car and I'd drive away. Does that make you feel any better? Because even if it made you feel any better, you have to remember, you're still getting owned by Gawain. Ah! You know what I mean? And it helped you prepare. That's all I needed to hear. I told you, you gotta do the year 1 strat, cutie. Do you not remember what the year 1 strat is? You gotta use Eyuriware, you gotta use Medusa, and you gotta use Thinno. You just have to stun lock him the entire time. That's how I did it. I remember it like it was yesterday, dog. Like, I remember it like it was such a big deal because it was so difficult. And I remember I was on a car ride, like to some relative's house, and we were like coming home, and I was like, okay, I can do this. So then I just sat there, and then I just did like the stall. We just stalled them out for like 20 turns, and then I won with Eyuriware and Suteno and Medusa. The sisters get hooked with the Mario triplets. Or just take a servant that has an invincibility. He doesn't hit through invincibility, right? Like, you can just abuse that. Or someone that has a lot of guts. Just borrow my Kagekyo. She should be able to do, like, get some damage in. I guess unless you don't want to borrow my Kagekyo. But that's what I would say. Or like, even an Arturia Archer would do a good job against him. Any servant that has like a sap and can just like take charge away from him. Honestly, a good job. Man, I wish I could do that fight again. Must be lucky to do all them early game fights that are pretty difficult. I miss them days when I was doing that and not having to fight Ort. You know, it's not every day you get to see something you ain't never seen before. You know that though. I forget. Was I supposed to do something tomorrow? Just Diego-san, you remember. You have my schedule, remember? While you're unemployed, you're like running my schedule for the weekend. It's like your side gig. You're doing it for charity. Oh, that one guy for the $1. That's tomorrow? I thought that was Thursday. Well, dang. Oh, I guess I should change the stream title so no weirdos show up and are like, oh, what's going on here? Where's Holmes? Although it's okay. No one's gonna come out to the stream. Except for you. You're all that's left. You're the main. You're all that remains. Just for that, I'm hitting you with an ad. You actually got an ad you don't like. You underestimate the power of flour. Me and the boys are going to smother you. And by the boys, I mean not those guys from that one show, but just a bunch of unwashed nerds on the internet. You know, it's like that one panel from that chapter of Lucky Star where Tomoko is like, virgins love knee socks. I'll just wear a pair of knee socks. And then it'll be over for them. Or actually, it'll be over for you. Well, I guess it'll be over for them because they'll be like, okay, Celery, we'll do what you say. And then it'll be over for you because they'll just like beat you up. Hang on, I'm looking at the internet. Okay, I'm not looking at the internet anymore. I have so much more grinding I need to do. Don't even need to do it, but I guess I just say, I have so much grinding I want to do. Because the only thing I need to do is get a job. Oh, hey. You know, if you bought that one thing from Bai, you can just ship it with like... What? You can ship it with like ECMS, which will cost more. Or like by air delivery. And it should still work. I was reading something here. You said hopefully. No, honey. Like, did you, like, if you read Bai's, like, notice that came out on the 26th, they have something saying that, like, they have a post on the 25th and the 26th saying that as long as you use those services, like, I don't know. Unless you're just really disliked by your mailman, it should still work. It's just gonna cost more. Which sucks, but like, what are you gonna do? You did not read? I can tell! Spreading misinformation! Well, I guess you're not really spreading misinformation, you're just not spreading full information. Do you want me to send you a screenshot, or are you gonna read it yourself? Because I can just send you the screenshots, I have it open. Or you can read it yourself, because I know how much you like doing things yourself. This is a pretty good song. You'll take a screenshot. Oh hey, that's also the green girl from that one show, Shaman King. She made the Jiangxi out of that action star. You bought a keychain of her? You need to be investigated. Is everything okay at home? Who's the green girl? And then it's her. Wasn't his name Li Pyron? Was the name of like the Jiangxi that she had? I believe his name was Li Pyron. Oops, I have my Japanese keyboard on. Hang on. Yeah, his name is Li Pyron. That's crazy. I didn't think I liked Shaman King like that to remember a character's name, but I guess I did. I actually liked this, like, the sequel series to Shaman King about their son. Like, I thought that anime was pretty cool. Too bad the manga got canceled, and it just kind of ends on a cliffhanger. And then we're just supposed to be like, okay, cool. And like it's never gonna any type of continuation because they just made a sequel to it. Their bro's just like, hey, it got canceled, whatever, I'll just make a sequel. We'll just leave that plot unresolved. You still gotta finish the anime. Well, luckily I didn't spoil anything except for the fact that you smell funny. What if instead of being called Shaman King, it was called Shaman King, and there is that green little guy who shoots out seeds from Pokemon? And you'd scream and hit the wall. So you're saying you don't like the green guy? So what you're saying is that the green guy go funny, so you go stupid? Understandable reaction. Have a nice day. 13,000! So, when my car exploded and I like couldn't do anything, me and my brother, when I had a job, we would go to this one thrift store that has a really funny name in our area. And it's kind of like in the middle of, well, not really nowhere, but just like in a weird area. And then we were like, yeah, we usually go there. And then like we go to the game store in this other place. And then we had our mom take us, and like we were doing our stuff, and then she was like there, and then she went into like this place that we were gonna check out too, and then she's like, I got to get out of here. And then we were like, okay. So then we like went and met her in the car, and then like, well, what happened? Funny enough too, she had my phone because I was wearing a skirt that didn't have pockets, and she had to hold my purse for me because you can't take a bag into the thrift store because they're weird. Anyway, and then she was all like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be coming here wearing a skirt. You're probably going to get beat up. So that's just the vibe I get. And then we were just like, really? Because we've been coming here for weeks and haven't had any problems. Well, anyway, we're going to see again if maybe I'm going to get beat up the next time I go. Because we were going to go on Thursday. Some people do that. Assault others for their taste in fashion and lifestyle. I mean, yeah, but like, how are they gonna do that when my legs work? Don't you know that I'm the Green Ranger? That's not true, honestly. If I started running, I think my hip would snap, crackle, and pop if I like didn't do some stretches first, and then they'd definitely be able to get me. You know, like that one, oh my goodness. You know that one image of that kid's like, it's showtime, and they ran for 3 feet and got caught. Oh my goodness, I have... Let me see, I think I have it in this folder. Man, I'm not finding it right away. I'll find it later and show it to you, but some kid, they had the police called on them because they had stole a car and someone reported that a kid who looked too young to drive was driving. So they got pulled over and they got out of the car and the police were like gonna arrest them. They said, nah, it's showtime. And they started running away, and after like 15 steps, they stopped to catch their breath and got caught. Is the gist of what I was trying to find. But that would be me. Except it wouldn't be because I'm out of breath, it'd be because my hip explodes. Admittedly worse, because at least you can like get into shape and, you know, be able to run fast. But when you have hip problems, you're just kind of like doomed. Sorry, I got distracted looking at the internet again. It will happen again. It's always a lot of fun going through this folder. I don't do it too often though, for no reason at all. Hey, this song's called IQ 69. Man, there's so many good images in here. Too bad, like, I don't know, that's it. That's it, man. That's it. One time I sent someone a meme and they were just all like, I hate saying meme, but I guess that's what you describe it as. They said, I don't understand what's going on. And I was like, you play Fate Grand Order. You know what a Batman is. How do you die? It always makes me kind of mad when you send someone a funny image and they're like, I don't get it. And like, you're not supposed to get it. It's funny because it's just like an image. It's funny for the sake of being funny. It's funny because it's supposed to be funny. Hey, remember that video with that mustard? That's like funny. That's how I'm trying to be. Covered in mustard. And you said that irritates you too. See, there's a reason why we've been friends for like 3 years. Because every so often I talk about something specific that really gets on my nerves. And then you're like, no, yeah, you're completely in the right. Like, it is, I swear, dude, like, it's like, tee-hee-hee, check out this funny image. And then, like, the person's just like, I don't get it, what's funny about it? And it's like, okay, Homer Simpson, like, it's funny because it's, like, there doesn't have to be a deeper meaning to things, dog. It's just funny because it's funny. Like, Grow up. It's like, I don't get it because I'm a Homer Simpson created character. That's what I'm saying. Like, when events like that happen, I just think, man, I need to pick better friends. Well, actually, it's kind of just like, dang, I hang out with you. Or even it's just like, I don't want to explain and you've made me not like this funny thing anymore. See, the good thing about this completely mindless killing... Killing? I mean, I guess that's what I'm doing, but I meant to say farming. The good thing about this completely mindless farming is that I can do other stuff. You know, I used to be a real big fan of Watamote, but the last, 150 chapters I feel like have been pretty bad. Oh, you said you should add an auto button? You mean like that Toho phone game? But, yeah, so, the last so many chapters I felt like have been pretty bad, but this most recent chapter, it had one of those moments where I was like, you know, that's, super real. Super real. Because it's about Uchi, and if you read the manga, you know that Uchi has had a crush on Tomoko for a long time, and then she tells her, she's like, hey, I was recently asked out by this guy in my class. It's like, how would you feel if I went out with him? And then she's like, honestly, I was like, I guess I wouldn't like it. And then, you'd think on one hand, oh, it's because she'd recognize her feelings. And then she starts talking about it. She's like, well, it's more like when someone that you, an idol you like, or a content creator you like, announces they're getting married. Because it feels like you're getting cheated on because you've invested all this time into liking their works and everything, You invested all this time into, following up with what they're doing. You listen to their shows, you do this, and now, they're picking someone else, not directly over you, but effectively picking someone over you. And then it's like getting cucked. And that's why it's completely justified to completely cut off people, when they start getting into a relationship. Because, honestly, you've devoted all this attention to, following their works, and now they're picking someone over you. Is effectively, the gist of what she had said. And then I was like, I never really, tried to quantify that feeling. But it's true, a lot of the times whenever, I feel like if there's a content creator I enjoy and they usually say, yeah, something my wife, I usually immediately unfollow them. And I'm usually like, oh, okay, so you're not down with the sickness like that? It'd be gone. I guess you could say I'm pathetic, but I don't know, I don't know. When I find out people are regular people like that, I'm usually like, okay, dog, well, I'll see you later. Let's see, why don't I just why don't we get it straight from the horse's mouth here? I'll just open up that new chapter. Let's see, because I really like the way that she put it there. It's just you're onto something. And they had all of those VTuber content creators I find attractive to get married. Don't go, man. There goes my whatever % chance of getting. No, okay, see, here. I'll read it to you. I think I was pretty much just telling you it poorly. So then she's like, if I had to choose one or the other, okay, she's like, would you be okay with me going out with him? Oh, you know what? We'll just show you the visuals. We have technology there, Uncle Grandpa. So see, she's all like, then would you be okay with me going out with him? And then she's like, if I had to choose one or the other, I'd probably hate it, I guess. And then yada yada this. It's like, well, when friends start getting along with the opposite sex, people typically support them and give their blessings, right? I'm just thinking, do they really feel that way? While you're watching anime, reading manga, playing games, and laughing at dirty jokes about dong or whatever, they go and leave you behind with nothing but a you're gonna go and see a real dong feeling. What are you talking about? For example, let's say you have a favorite idol, a voice actor or a movie star can work too. The moment your fave gets a boyfriend or girlfriend, you become shocked and stop being their fan. At those times, at times like those, you get outsiders who don't know anything saying you're not a true fan if you don't wish for your fave's happiness. But those are just the words of people who aren't even fans. There are some idiots among them who say ridiculous stuff like, you thought you could date an idol, but I'm not talking about that. It's the fact that there's someone, regardless of whether they're the same or opposite sex, who is more important to your Oshi than you are. If there comes a time where they begin to treasure the time spent with that someone more than you, then if it were me, I'd feel like it's time to step away. And then whatever they're talking. Well, I guess this part kind of ties into like when Natsu got a solo boyfriend, we were happy for her and supported her, right? Yeah. But the time the six of us got to spend together decreased. My favorite musician had a radio show that wasn't very interesting, but I listened to it every week. When that musician got married, I just kind of stopped listening to the radio show until now. I never really understood myself, but why I did. But thanks to Tomoko's words, I understand now. And it's for the person in question to decide. The voices of friends and fans have nothing to do with it. I guess when it comes to the opposite sex, you gotta go by instinct rather than emotion or friendships. And then yada yada this, and then they start talking about something that I don't care about, and they show the dude and he's like super hot. Like he has a face like an emoji though, which is like the joke. But then he like lifts up his shirt and he's just like super ripped. Anyway, you get the gist of what I'm saying now. I don't know. I really felt that. I was like, that's how I've always felt too, dog. It's like, I don't know. I guess I'm just a loser, but we already knew that. But like, I don't know. I never felt like my thoughts have been summed up on that matter so well as they were right there. And I was like, yeah, you got it, Tomoko. You spitting. Like, you spitting. No, I especially feel the beginning part where they're talking about like friends or whatever, and then it's like they get married and they just kind of leave you with, oh, maybe you'll see it one day or maybe you'll get it one day, and it's like, dang, bro, way to just make me feel like I'm just like left behind. But which is why the correct answer is to just surround yourself with like losers just like you. It's happened to me like several times. I've had like several internet friends, and like they just like stop talking to me whenever they get a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever friend, and then I'm like, dang, I didn't even like feel any type of way about you. I just thought it was fun to talk to you about anime and stuff, and then it's like, okay. And then like they come and try and talk to you again like several months later, and like, oh hey, where you've been? And they're like, oh, well my girlfriend just broke up with me, and it's like you could have at least said hi. Like, would it have killed you to say like, how you doing? It's like, what color is your underwear? Like literally anything. Especially when like you send people messages and then like they spend like a week and they respond, and then like you find out months later they're like, yeah, I had a girlfriend, so I stopped talking to pretty much everyone. It's like, oh my goodness. It's like, really? It's like, okay, bro, okay. I really see where I lie in the hierarchy. And I'm not particularly saying like every moment of your life has to be given to me for attention. I just mean, I don't know, is it that hard to maintain pleasantries? When you have a significant other, do you just cut off? No, that is the case. When you have a significant other, it's like everyone cuts off everyone else in their life that they're not sleeping with. And it's like, I don't know, that just doesn't feel right. Like, that has been my experience with every friend I pretty much have ever had. Anyway, saying the Left Behind reminded me of a Millie song called DK, so we're going to listen to it. Dang, I'm so passionate and mad about what I've been talking about. I thought of a Millie song. You try and go against it. I mean, you can only fight nature for so long, dog. It happens to apparently every friend I have ever had. Like, without a doubt, genuinely, like every friend I have ever had. They get into a relationship and they just like stop talking to me. I even told this to one of my roommates in Texas, and guess what? It eventually happened to me because he's like, I have a girlfriend and I still think you're pretty cool, Celery. And I was like, well, we'll see how long that lasts. And give bro a month, and all of a sudden we weren't hanging out anymore. Whatever. Oh, this is the wrong song. I was thinking of Every Other Ghost. We'll still listen to it though. I just like chest bumped the mic. I hope you heard it and your ears exploded and then you died. Oh. No, this is the lyric I was looking for. I think Every Other Ghost also has a similar lyric about being left behind. Well, I mean, it's just like one of those inevitable things until, like, you know, you're married with someone and then you can have, like, a sitcom type relationship where, like, Wilma, I better come home to my dinner from the pub when I hang out with my friends. Because then you already have them locked down with the ball and chain, so you could just, like, I guess, be a horrible, disgusting person, and then apparently, you know, that's okay. But, like, when you're in the courting process of, like, getting someone like to like you or whatever, usually you end up just like, even if you don't want to, spending less time with friends. Hang on, it's Every Other Ghost. This song was the other one I thought of. But hey, who knows? I'm sure there's people that are good at balancing their time. But that's just been my experience every time I have, like, any of my friends have ever gotten into a relationship. They usually just like straight cut me off. And I'm just always like, am I just like that bad of an influence? Like, geez Louise. Kill my confidence, I guess. One time I was talking with a friend of mine and I was saying, I was a big Millie fan back in 2016, 17, and like 18. And then I kind of started to fall off in 19. But like, they were like genuinely my favorite band for many years. I don't think there's ever been a band that I've liked, like, as I could call it my favorite for like 4 or 5 years in a row. But I could for this band. But then they just like stopped making music I like. And I was talking to a friend who also really liked them and kind of felt the same way. And then they were just like, well, it's not like their old music disappeared. You can still listen to it. And then I said something like, it just kind of makes me sad because I think about how much I used to like this band and how I'll never like them that much again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will never like them as much as I used to ever again. Like, their music from from Magmel up until like Millennium Mother and like a few of the little stuff that came out after that. Like, I can genuinely say I love like all those songs. But then I listen to them and then I like listen to something new from them and I just kind of want to like cry. Not because I think it's good or not even because I'm like feeling nostalgic, but just because I think about how I will never like them that much again. But see, that's the thing, cutie. You were born into them in the new era. So you like them because you like the new music and then you discovered the old stuff. I was born when they were like still like fresh and like when the old stuff was new. So like to me, their newer music's like not radically different, but it's different enough to where I'm like, what I liked about the band isn't really there anymore. So like because of that, well, that's it. It's just like what I like them for, or they don't really do. And it's like what they do currently, I can find in other bands that I like for different things aside from just the one element. In the past, they had the singular element that I was all like, there's not a lot of bands that I could think of that really produce this flavor. But nowadays, they don't even produce that flavor anymore. And the flavor they do produce, I can find other bands that do it pretty easy and in different ways that I like more. So to me, it's just kind of like, why bother? Truly a shrug emoji moment, like, I don't know. It's like when losers say, there will never be a insert thing like this again. That's me. There will never be another Miracle Milk again. Like, when Miracle Milk came out in 2016, you don't even know, like, the psychic damage that dealt to me. Like, I was just like, it's a little tasty. And, like, it's like, I probably wouldn't even be the vegetable I am today if not for that album coming out. Like, I still think I know every word to all the songs on there. And the instrumentals I know beat by beat. Like, I listen to that so much. If this was still the days of CDs, I would listen to that CD so much it burned out. But like, that feeling, and even like Millennium Mother, Peak Fiction, Goat Fire, Raw Swag, like, there will never be those albums. They don't even make like original music like that anymore. All they ever do is like soundtrack stuff. And that's not a bad thing. Like, that Iron Lotus song is pretty good. String Theocracy is pretty good. From a Place of Love is pretty good. But like, those are just like, I don't know. I think they still make music that some people like, and I'm happy for you people. But I can't move and groove with them as deeply as I used to. And whenever I listen to their music, it just kind of gives me like a sadness that like time doesn't rest for you and time doesn't rest for me. You know, seasons change. Friends grow drifter and drifter. Wait, no. Friends drift further and further apart. And like, you know, people's lives move on. They have kids. They get married. And what am I still doing? Wearing a Guts Berserk t-shirt and a pair of shorts playing Fate Grand Order at like early hours of the next day. And it's not like I'm at all ashamed of what I do. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. How do I put it? It's not per se that I think like, man, like I am such a loser. All I do is read manga and like play video games all day. I don't have a wife or kids or husband or whatever I'm into. It's like, I don't have one of those. I don't have a significant other or a house of my own. Like, that doesn't bother me so much. It's more like, I guess that feeling of being left behind. Because I think about how I have like a lot of friends that have just grown up to be like normal people. And it's weird because it's like, bro, you are like middle-aged like I am. How did you have like a second growth spurt to where like you became a regular functioning like adult? That's weird. But also you could say, well, you could do it too, Celery, but it's like I don't want to. It's just I don't like seeing my peers do so. I don't know, I guess that's like one of those crabs in the barrel thing. You know that thing with crabs in the barrel? How like crabs be all like, one tries to escape and they'll grab it and pull it back in. Because it's like, if I can't escape, no one can. I guess I get that feeling kind of. Like, I guess like, I don't know. I know that I'm just pathetic in the end for like feeling the way I do. But I think that's just how I genuinely feel. Like, a lot of the times, if it's like you've been a friend of mine for like 5 years, and next thing I know, I hear they're like, yeah, I don't watch anime or play video games anymore. I mostly just spend time with my girlfriend. I'm usually all like, dang, like, they got you. Like, they got you. Like, I had a friend who used to be up at the discussing hours of the day with me. We'd be in Skype calls all the time. And now bro is like, graduated degree holder, travels around the world and does stuff, and it's not like I'm like upset at them for doing it. It's like I'm more just like, dang, I can't believe, like, I don't know, it's like I knew that you had like the capacity to be a regular person, but it's just, I don't know, dog. It's just astounding to see that like you evolved and I'm a Nautilus remaining unchanged for millions of years at the bottom of the ocean. And then you think like a feeling of not really worry, I would say, but you just think it's like, man, it's like, are you even happy? Because you used to be happy when you used to like be playing video games at 3 a.m. And then like you think about it and you're like, well, maybe they weren't happy doing that, and like going out and like eating a parfait with their significant other is actually what makes them happy. And it's like, or maybe it's just chemicals in their brain that are telling them that this is what they want to try and procreate. And then it's like, at the end of the day, though, it's chemicals in your brain that are telling you you like playing Fate Grand Order at 5 a.m. So it's like, is anyone ever in the right or the wrong singing the same old song? It's like, there's no like right or wrong. There's no like objective, oh yeah, well, like, that's just it. It's just like, it's either the person does that for whatever reason or they don't. There's no way to be like, yeah, man, this is the right way or the wrong way, or you actually felt this way or you didn't feel this way. So I guess people change, and like, that's that. Like, I don't know. You said kind of reminds you of your friend group, but in the opposite. What do you mean by that? And then you're saying they felt dread and people put sense like objectives on themselves and others. Yeah, that's also something. Well, those are like, that's like a societal thing. Like, I don't know, it's like when you play an open world game and it's usually like, hey, you should go to this town, but like you have the option not to. But like a lot of people are going to go to that town because it told them to, because it's easier to follow like a predetermined path. So like people are going to be like, what? You didn't get married and have 17 kids. It's like, why aren't you supposed to do that? Although I feel like in this modern era, expectations like that aren't as heavy anymore. But like 50 years ago, yeah, like totally, dog. Like, there was those societal pressures. I see. So in other words, you guys are like the textbook type of guys that are just like, well, I don't know. That sounds funny. Hit them with that. Look at those losers. They're out here having premarital fornication while we're learning the sword. Created characters. That brand of individual, I feel like, is dying off. You gotta keep them alive. Learn the sword. Like infighting? Dang. Crabs in the barrel? No. Super petty. I get you. Yeah. I don't want to be super petty. I want to be super Eddie, like Eddie from Ed, Ed and Eddie, all about getting them jawbreakers. Hey, wait a minute. Where's that giant guy? Why is there... This has never happened before. He just didn't spawn in. That's crazy. Bro just forgot to spawn in. That's actually... I didn't even know that he couldn't spawn... I didn't know there was a chance for him not to spawn in. I've actually done this like over 100 times. And this is the first time bro didn't spawn in. Bro really just said, I've been beaten too much. I think I'll stay home. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Bro's like, that friend group of yours sounds funny, but like in a toxic way. You know, you kind of just sound like a bunch of teenage girls in like a sitcom, or like one of those movies where it's like showing how terrible social structure can be in like school settings. Hey, your friends is a bunch of teenage girls. But not literally, just like mentally. But I guess as long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter. I hope you're having fun. Like, I've known a lot of people, even me included sometimes, that are just like in friend groups because you feel like you have to be. And then like you one day have a lucid moment where you're like, oh, I don't have to hang out with these people. And that's like the hardest part too, man. Where it's like you guys have like a bunch of fun moments, but then you have one moment where it's like you're just in an episode of like Mean Girls or something. And it's like, geez Louise, man, like, can we go back to throwing eggs at trains while they pass by? I see. Yeah, that brand of person could be a pain. Type of guy who says your shoes untied and you're ugly. And then you say, oh yeah, well your fly's down. And then they get really mad. And it's like, well geez Louise, I thought we were just saying stuff, but whatever. You say, oh yeah, well your fly's down. And then they're like, I have a medical condition. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I'm gonna kill you. And then it's all like, well geez. You love complaining? I think everybody does. And people that don't admit it, like, they just say that because they want to seem cool. Because, like, people that say they don't like complaining, once you get them started, they usually don't stop. And you said, yeah, like that. I see. Clown world we're living in. That type of person's just like a common archetype. You just like storytelling. Then you know what you should do? You should whip out your VTuber model again and start streaming. And that's a good excuse to tell people on the internet about like the worst things in your life. You're saying that his like winning bargaining chip is that he has a car. Just a little cringe. Sorry, I was looking at the internet. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Your not fan group. Your friend group kind of sounds like you guys are like high schoolers. Like, what the? That's like high schooler like stuff, man. That's like stuff high schoolers would brag about. Three full NPs and Gawain eats the heart of one of your servants. That happens to the best of us. Middle school drama, yeah. I mean, hopefully, maybe, ideally, maybe one day you guys will all go to bed and wake up and you'll have a visit from the hormone fairy and you'll be like thinking differently. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, they say that like your brain's not fully developing until you get hit like 25. So like maybe if you guys are still friends by that time, you guys will like wake up with like your hormones chemically balanced and be like, huh, we've been acting like a bunch of dummies. You know, I don't know what a silk song is, but I hope that everyone that's talking about it right now, I hope they all stub their toes. Small town living in a small town. You agree? I'm glad. I wish that everyone that plays video games and actually likes them stubs their toe and like actually breaks the nail. You're telling me you play a video game and actually enjoy it and just don't do it because there's characters in it that you like and it's for a franchise that you like, so you feel obligated to do it? What a freak. Yep, I put too strong of a curse. If you do it for the bit, it'll hurt pretty bad. You got NP5 Kenneth? That's crazy. A 2 Jolt roll. I guess it just depends. Do you want to go for NP6 so you can get Kenneth like NP? We'll see. You have to, at NP6, the servant has to be bond 15. But at bond 15, NP6 of a 5-star servant that's a limited rate up, you can get them Maxipin skills and level 120. So if you care about getting one specific character that way, then I would say maybe try and get one more copy of Kenneth. But if you just maybe want to spread the wealth around and you don't care too much about Maxipin and level 120, or you just want Maxipin, or you just want level 20 and Summapin skills, then like, you know, I guess do your Jolt rolls, but like, it's up to you. That's a lot of words. We used to take it on a Jolt and see. You should read. Well, actually, no, you haven't. I don't know how much of the Fate Grand Order story that you know. But I was gonna say you should read the Shinjuku story. She's really prominent in that and is actually really funny. And I actually really like her in that. Like, Jolter is a fun character in it. Especially, like, in the actual game story, she's fun. But the manga's really cool. For the most part, I said for the most part. For the most part, the Fate Grand Order manga are pretty cool and they add stuff to it and like build on lore. It's neat. But there's also some of them that are just like genuinely bad. Like, there's 2 different Fate Grand Order manga that cover part 1. There's like, it's like, what is it? Oh man, I don't remember what they're called. Let me see for you. Bear with me 1 second. But yeah, there's 2 different ones adapting part 1. And like, one of them covers the even number arcs, and the other one covers the odd number. It's Mortalis Stella, and then there's Taurus Realta. Taurus Realta, peak fiction Goatfire raw swag. It builds on lore. We get to see a lot of stuff not covered in games. We get to find out a bunch of stuff about servants and whatnot that we just haven't heard before. You know, so it's like cool, it builds on the lore. Mortalis Stella, just like matter-of-factually bad. They sum up most arcs into like 3 chapters. Like, they add nothing. Honestly, they take away a lot from stuff. It's just genuinely not good. And then like Fate Grand Order Epica Remnant, Ashu Tokuiten Ichi, Akuse Kakuzetsu Makyo Shinjuku Genrei Giken. Really good. Like, again, add on the lore, a bunch of cool stuff. But then, like, the next one, Densho Chite Sekai Agasa no Onna. Really bad. And then, the next one, which is Shizan Ketsuga Butai Shimosa no Kuni Eirei Kingo Naraban Shobu. Really good. I'm not even, like, all the way caught up on it. But, like, it's really good so far. I haven't read the next one, which is the Salem one, but, like, it's like every other Fate Grand Order manga is amazing. And then the other ones that are not the every other ones are just, like, bad. Just, like, straight up just bad. Like, unironically, no fooling, no messing around, just, like, bad. You know, I haven't seen the family cat since this morning. I hope she's okay. Oh, you got Chiron? Chiron. Acha, Chiron. Wait, 4 arms and 4 swords. Oh, wait. The Berserker? You're talking about, like, Zhang Jue? No, that's not his name. It's a different character. Yeah, you're talking about the 5-star Berserker, right? Not the Greek archer? I think I have him in P2, but I've never really used him, so I never remember his name. Xiong Yu, that's his name. Okay, well, we said it at the same time. You're not going to hear it at the same time because of stream delay. But like the minute I said it is when I saw it pop up in the chat. Funny stuff, man. Funny stuff. But yeah, Xiong Yu. I forget he exists most of the time. But I'm glad you rolled him, I think. I know how much you like horses. You know, though, his wife and like her whole purpose for wanting to like be a servant or whatever is to be with him, Xiong Yu, but she's just like a regular lady. You made in, and like I've been saying it for like 5 years or something, but like how do they have their night like rituals? Like, does he have like a detachable phallus that he could pick one like that's human sized for her? Or does she just like, I mean, I guess she can like regenerate. So like, she just get like completely owned and then just like regenerate the next day. Just like, okay, well, I'll just like fix myself up tomorrow. I also think he looks really gross in his second form where he's all bony. Like he only looks cool in his first form, I think. Then like his third form, he's just like a specter. I get that he looks this way because of the Lost Belt. You know, Lost Belt, it's Lost Belt 3, right? Yeah, Lost Belt 3. He looks this way because he was like augmented on and like he's in his ultimate form. He's an android. So she probably fell in love with him and he didn't look like this. Probably just looked like a regular guy from the first dynasty of China. But I guess love knows no bounds because she sees him and it's just like, that's my boy right there. Respectable, it is. But I'm gonna have to tell the PTO about this and they're gonna have some words to have with him. I have not been able to get in a good position with my new desk setup, like at all. It sucks so much. You forgot how long Camelot was? Yeah. That's why it's called Camelot. Because there's a lot. Get the cam. Or that one video you sent me that one time about King Arthur. And they're like, well, he only had one son, so I guess it's probably a normal amount. Which one's longer? You know, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I know the Camelot's definitely the harder one. But yeah, it's just uphill from here in length. The game just gets more and more textier. Hey, don't you got gastric bypass surgery in the morning? You gotta get that gastric bypassed. Oh, I know you didn't pay attention to it because I didn't tell you about it, but there was someone who did a speed run of Fate Grand Order recently. It was to get the, It was to get the 1000 quartz. They sped ran all the story. It took him 52 hours. But not really. It took him 52 hours of gameplay. But took them like 4 or 5 days because they would like stop streaming and stop the timer and like go to bed and like do other stuff. 3 days? No. Well, I mean, if you want to like, what, 56 hours is about, yeah, it's about, 56 is like, where did they get 56 from? It took him 52. But that is about like 2 days and some change technically, because 2 days is like 48 hours, and then just add like another 6. So, but it took them several days because again they took breaks. Like bro would stream for like 12 hours and then stop and like go to bed, and then come back the next day. You don't blame the breaks? Honestly, I mean, a real one like me, I would keep playing and just fall asleep during a boss fight and just mess up my splits. Then again though, staying up for like 52 hours to play this game, I don't know if I'm cool enough to do that. I could see maybe like 17 hours, but that long, I don't know. Drop the phone on your face. That's what I'm saying. Drop the phone, it smashes like a vase. You think your brain will melt? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure it can and will be done. Probably not will be, but I'm sure it can be done. It's like, do you just want to do that, though? Do you want to willingly play that much fake Grand Order in one sitting? And see, the way that they did it is that they just used supports. So, like, they just were borrowing people's servants. They had their own coup that was level 90, like the coup altar, and that was the only servant they really had. But when they had to do Ort, they leveled up a bunch of servants. I don't know, like, if you want to check it out, I highly recommend it. Like, no I don't actually. Don't check it out. That's 52 hours of like your time that you're gonna have to spend watching that. I would only have suggested it if like you watched it live, like freaks like me and Zadaku-san, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nuts. Hit him with that nuts. Karyu. You know, I'm still pretty impressed that we rolled Holmes says. Crazy world we live in, right? Keeping all three of your characters in the first row. Yeah, but I'm sure you're having more fun than if you were just borrowing someone's level 120 Morgan and using your support like Weaver and Nightingale and just like blowing through everything. Or maybe not. Maybe you would be having more fun that way. Who knows? That's how I used to play the game, where I just used my favorite characters all the time, no matter what. I guess that's still how I play the game sometimes. But after 10 years, my spirit's finally been broken. I know you don't read the Learning with Fate Grand Order manga, but there's this funny part where Paul Bunyan, but like Super Bunyan the alter ego, she's kind of like burnt out and depressed from all the hate she got on the internet. So she was gonna go to this place called the Bunyanverse, where it's just a bunch of Paul Bunyans, and she's like, I'll finally be around like-minded people. And she goes to the Bunyanverse, and then they're just like, hi, Bunyan. And it's just a bunch of like middle-aged men. She gets says like, why is it nothing but middle-aged men? But anyway, she starts living there, and then she meets someone. She's like, oh, finally, another girl just like me. And is like, well, what Paul Bunyan universe are you from? And then she's all like, I'm not Paul Bunyan at all, actually. I'm Lizzie Borden. And then they're like, well, why are you here? And then she's like, oh, I got an axe. You saw a piece of that? Yeah, I sent you that image, I think, that was them just saying, hi, Bunyan. But yeah, Lizzie Borden, she was a real life like serial killer from the States, and I think from like Mississippi, but she killed her mom and stepdad, but was never like really tried for it. So like everyone was like, they knew she did it, but like legally for some reason she was never punished, and just like lived the rest of her life free. Like she was like acquitted, I guess. And they were just like, well, I guess we just don't have enough evidence, despite your parents being dead and you're the one that did it. So you can just go home, I guess, Lizzie. But yeah, Lizzie's like, she's like a terrible person, but it's funny. Like, she helps them lock Bunyan in her house to make her look at the internet and keep making posts. Her design's funny too, 'cause she kind of just looks like Paul Bunyan, but with brown hair and wears like a black outfit and black hat. There was also a Paul Bunyan altar, and she was just like a mean like, I don't know, she was just like I guess bratty is the word you'd use. But then like Lizzie Borden scares her straight. It's like, yeah, that's pretty much what it was. They were just making her stay and look at the internet. And then the other, like, that writer and assassin, they try to break her out, but they just kind of get stuck there. And then Mary Anning, she's like, hey, is Bunyan here? And then they're like, we don't know anyone named Bunyan. I'm like, you sure? Because I'm one of her friends. And then they're like, oh, you're one of her friends? Why didn't you say so? And like, hey, can you look over there for me real quick? And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. And then she goes to like kill her with an axe. And then she's like, she just like catches her arm. And she's like, what are you doing? And just like electrocutes her. I don't know. I really like the Learning of Fate Grand Order manga. I like it so much that I read 200 chapters that were only in Japanese. Because they just like, people stopped scantilating the chapters around 250 of like the Masu one, which is like the third iteration of it. And I was like, my years of learning Japanese have all culminated for this moment here. You know what I'm saying? I was like, my entire studying Japanese career has all been for this moment. And then I read 200 something chapters and I was like, well, you know, that was fun. The Bunyan verse stuff is pretty funny, but I like the main character. I've already talked about it before, but I'll talk about it again. I like how like the male character, Otoko Shujinko, how he's like, his whole thing is like, he wants to be covered in oil all the time. And there was a part where he became a crypter, and he was like in Chaldea, like the part 2 Chaldea, and he was like running around in like the air ducts, and he was like covered in oil so that he could slip through. And then Anastasia made Kadok, she's like, listen, you gotta cover yourself in oil, strip butt naked, and she's like, and cover yourself in the salad oil. And then he's like, is this really a good idea? And then she said, I believe she said, Kangaeru toki wa nai, which I thought was really funny, because that's the first time I've seen that. Kangaeru toki wa nai, which is like, this isn't the time for like thinking. Well, I guess it's like, this is not thinking time, is like literal translation. But effectively she told her, this isn't the time for thinking, just get naked and cover yourself in oil. And then he's like crawling through the air ducts, and then he finds Astolfo and the male character, and they're eating apples in the air ducts. And then he starts like wrestling him, and then he's like blushing and getting all flustered. He's like, oh, Kadok, don't wrestle on top of me and manhandle me. And then Anastasia is just like, no, wait, retreat, retreat. This is what he wanted all along. He ends up getting caught later on, and Astolfo comes to rescue him, but he just asks to be covered in oil so he can get out. And they cover him in oil, and then Astolfo's like, don't worry, I'll go get more. And then he did it like 2 more times, and that's just so funny, because it's like, Astolfo, you could have just untied him. Like, why did you keep leaving to get more oil? But then we found out that he has like power over oil. Like, he was making a giant arm and was harassing people outside through an open window. And then he was making like big puddles of oil. And like, so like, these puddles of oil, he was putting his mana into them and was able to make like oil clones. You need to see this. Hang on. And on and on and on. I don't think you were here for it, but we were talking about this the other day, and it was like we were watching a Vagrant Holiday video, and in the Vagrant Holiday video, someone asked him if he was a Fed because he was recording, and then it's like, if you ask the Fed if they're a Fed, they're gonna say no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't like just straight up ask them that. You have to like make it like coy. You might go soon. Okay, well, you're free to do so. I just pulled up the thing, and I'm waiting for it to load in now, but don't stop rocking on my account. Ah, Dorobo! I can't read that one. It's like, it's probably like Shoku something. Wa, itadaite ikuze. And then he's all like, Yaro wa dakuto no naka wo sumika ni shita karudea. I don't know how to read that at the end of something. Well, anyway, saying to move around freely, and then they're like, nanto ka shite hikizuri deshimashou. It's like, motto hoka ni yoi hoho ga. I can't tell from that one. Aru janai no ka? Anyway, he's all like, he's like, isn't there like a different better idea? And she's all like, kagaeteru jikan wa nai wa, ii kara hayaku karada ni sarada abura wo. That's like cover. I don't remember how it's pronounced. Like, nande ore ga na, it's like, konna kusu. Sassato mitsukete o waraseru. And then there it is, and then he finds like, mitsuke dazo. And then he's like, that's our fruit. And they're over there eating it. And he's like, mo nige gasanai. And he's like, you can't run away. And then he's like, hito omoi ni korose mada. It's like, jitto jitteru. And then she's like, oh no. It's like, shimatta kore ja yatsu no omo. I can't read that one. Da wa nigete kadoku. But she's like, it's all according to his plan. It's what he wanted. But see, like, he covered himself in salad oil. And there's a bunch of other times like this. But that's my dog right there. He covered himself in oil so that he could be manhandled. And then it's like a thing where like she's really against like the pairing of these two. But Osakabe Hime keeps wanting Kadok and the main character to get together. And she keeps writing like books about them doing so. But then every time she does, Anastasia freezes her. And there was this one time where he was thinking about how he kind of missed him. And then like she got like super mad. And it was like, you have me though. And then he's like, okay, and? Man, this manga is so funny, dog. Like, you gotta tap in. Like, if you haven't tapped in, you like legally have to tap in. Oh, is there a new chapter? Oh, there is. No, wait, no, this one's not new. Or is it? Yeah, this one's new. You need the link? I can, yeah. You can read the part 1 and part 2 manga in English, and then half of this part 3 one is translated. And like they release new chapters officially in English every week, but it's again like 200 chapters behind. Yareru, orewa yareru. I can't read. Hone ga. That's not hone. I can't read that one. Ga itai. Something hurts. Ka. Ze. Ka. Za. Zeppu. Zemuru. Pusu. Anata no shiriai ga. Can't read that one. But she's effectively like failing to get his name right. And it's just kind of like, oh, hey dog, like we met. He's like, hey, shiriai dareda? Uei, ore da yo, ore. That this is when they've been time traveling lately. It's been a thing. Itsumo no fuku. Can't read that one. Janai kara wakannai no kai. Hora, oreda dayo. He's like, oh, you can't recognize. He's so close. It's like, check it out, it's me. Master. Kono jiten? では、マスターとカドック君はまだ知り合ってないだろう。そうだっけ。時間 SF ってややこしな。どういう I can't really tell what that one says because it's too small for my uneducated self. No, he's fading away. 今急に思い出した。僕はあいつとあの時出会っていたのか。He's all like, the memories, I'm thinking about it. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Now let's go ahead, and what I do is that I then check my work and make sure that I got everything, and anything that I didn't understand I look up. So for example, let's see, like that right there. I know that's G, like from Jikan, and that's 10 by itself, like a point. So is that like time point? Oh, it is.
時点
It's like point in time. Okay. I don't know what data. I Oh. It's like suddenly I remember that time when I met him. Funny stuff, man. Funny stuff. Do you want me to send you the Japanese site link, or do you want to like read it in English? Or do you want some evil third thing? Or did you leave and go to bed already? You want the Japanese link? Okay, well, do you want me to send... Oh, the one I just showed you is from like part 3. Like, there's like 2 before it. So the good thing is that the chapters of this manga are only 1 page long. But there's actually like a learning with Fate Grand Order, more learning with Fate Grand Order, and then the third one's like even more learning. The one I just showed you is the new chapter from the third one. So like, I mean, if you wanted to skip the first 2 parts, that's only about like 99 chapters that you'd skip. But you could, or like you could start from the beginning. It's up to you. The evil third thing is like if you want to check out like the beginning of the story. But if you want to just skip right into the meat of it where I was just showing you, I can send it to you. And you're fine with just right now. Freak behavior, but don't stop rocking on my account. You're not too invested. So what you're telling me is that you're just gonna look at the pictures and now you're gonna go to bed. Well, good night. I hope the bed bugs bite gently, just enough so that you get a mild itch. You're gonna translate them? Yeah, I guess whatever works. A cricket in your room? Scary stuff, man. That guy's the small guy who will like be your conscience and talk to you in your ear. What happened to that one elephant? Yes, go not. I'm really hungry. You know, I've found that a lot of people have really big collections of like SH figure arts in the States. Like, it's always like SH figure arts and like the, what do they call it, Ichibansho figures. People have like a lot of stuff of those. But you'll be hard pressed to find other people in the States that have like big anime figure collections in my experience. I like watching a lot of like collection show off videos. So that's where I'm like basing this off of. Also, get added. I'm debating, do I want to go to the bathroom or do I want to just go to bed? I can't stay up this late tomorrow because I actually have somewhere to be on Thursday. Oh, I guess I should say I can't be up this late today for tomorrow because today's tomorrow is today, but today I'm going to bed for tomorrow. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. Yay. 16,000. Holmes, you freak. Why are you so hard to bond? Buzz Lightyear from the streets. And I feel like I just heard the sound of the dishwasher, which I probably did. That means it is done washing dishes. And bro said, hey, do you own a dishwasher? Maybe. And then he hit with a big like Kamehameha. Do you know that one meme video where it's like Team Avatar versus the Teen Titans, and it's Sokka and he has to fight somebody, and then he's like, they're like, wait, you're a cyborg and you turn into aliens, like what's, or not aliens, animals. He's like, what about him? And like, oh no, you don't want to fight him. It's like, hey, just take me on, man. I'm just like a human and a robot. He's like, no, I want to fight him. He's just like a regular guy, right? And he's like about Robin. And then Robin's like, oh, okay. And then, like, he looks all serious and, like, scarily drawn. And he just, like, starts bludgeoning Sokka, like, beating him to death. I found it on Reddit. I'm sorry that you have to see Reddit, but yeah, this is the only place I could find it aside from TikTok, and this is the lesser of two evils, but this video.
So you're a demon. Yep. You could turn into animals. You're an alien, and you're half man, half robot.
It's me. Name's Cyborg. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, so you said I could call any of you out for a one-on-one?
Yeah, you pick any one of us to fight. We'll give you a one-on-one. Completely fair. Do whatever you want. Okay, what about him over there?
Oh yeah, that's Robin. He has no powers at all, like whatsoever.
Like, at all? Like, none at all?
Yeah, he's completely powerless. He can't do anything, bro.
I want him then, bro. Like, what? Like, that's a no-brainer.
No,
I want him.
Pick someone else, bro. Pick someone else. You have to pick someone else, bro.
Pick someone
please.
else. I clearly picked
he's gonna
him.
fuck you
he
up,
has
bro.
no powers.
Oh,
Should be
okay.
the easiest
All right.
fight. Run that shit.
No words, bro. He's just gonna.
See that video? I don't know, I just thought about it. No reason in particular, just came to mind. Had to share with the class. I'm gonna go get some water, and then I'm probably also gonna like get some water. So I'll be back when I can get some water.
channel.
No! No!
I hate this channel.
No! No!
I hate this channel.
No! No!
And we're back. Oops. There we go. I think I'm just gonna go until we get Holmes to bondage level 5th. Then after that, I'm probably gonna go to bed. Probably. I mean, I will go to bed. I think that means we have to do this 13th more times. Miss Crane. I was viewing the internet. My fault, original gangster. Oh yeah, you know cranes do have a red head, but it's because they're bald. So what if Miss Crane's hair is red because that's just like just long flesh? You know what I'm saying? It's not hair, that's just like long flesh. Me when I have long strands of flesh coming from the top of my head that people mistake for hair. What if I swap Mozart up in front by mistake? Not a fan of Mozart? How about some of that Bach? Johann Sebastian Bach. Johann. Oh, I didn't look again. My fault. Hit him with that. I've got something in my eye. Somebody help me. Hang on, Chief Freak. I'm thinking about something. I'm steady on my grind, money on my mind. Have you ever been broke before? Faux pas. Aloha. The last time I was out in the community, someone was walking by real slow, so I thought they were coming into like the store I was in. So I held the door for a second, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm not coming in." And then I just about like felt my knees crying. I was like, "No, I've been had." Oh, I gotta do this like 10 more times. It's not the worst thing in the world. But, curse you, Holmes. Sherlock Holmeson. Why must you forsake me so? Sorry, I was viewing the internet. And guess what? I ain't stopping anytime soon. I got something on my mind. And it's not the grind. It's the investigation. Imagine getting sucked into another dimension. It might be kind of cool. What if by getting sucked into another dimension it's like through fellatio? So like you're like, oh man, this is awesome, and then it's like you get like sucked into another dimension. And it's like, whoa, 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 slow down, slow down. You know that image, and it's like which one of the chipmunks is getting the best head, and it's like they're all making those like strained faces. It'd be like that. Who's the green guy? My Apollo cheese, but I'm juggling a bunch of stuff right now, which I'm sure is no surprise. Gunkan. You know, coming to think about it, like, I feel like, for example, how I have that Lancelot shrine, I feel like if I did, like, a summon for the Holy Grail War, I'd probably summon Gareth, or, like, Galehout. Like, I don't think you'd summon the Servant of Your Wanting by that method. It would be, like, someone who feels that way about the Servant. You feel me? It's like putting out a bunch of fried chicken isn't going to attract more chickens. It'll, I don't know, attract like a chicken hawk. Foghorn Leghorn's not going to be like, oh man, is that chicken? It's going to be more like the chicken hawk that's going to show up like, oh man, is that chicken? Have you seen that new figure that's hollow from Spice and Wolf butt naked? It's a freeing figure, as they call them. Assumably she has her Barbie doll body from the first anime, where she's like naked all the time, but it's okay because she has no like parts. It's just like smooth front and back and crotch. If Spice and Wolf came out in 1985, it would have been like more. How was it grotesque? That's not the right word. Graphic? Nudity? Sorry, again, looking at the internet, but I'm back. Bread, sad, drink, sunset. It's like asking like an AI to describe what's happening, huh? Ah, cool, there's a new episode of Fujimaru Ritsuka wa Wakaranai. And it looks like Arash is going to be the main character in this new episode. Hit him with that, yeah, 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 yeah. I'll watch it when I wake up. I accidentally just opened it. Oops. Pause. Rewind. I'm getting like no chest drops. This smells. Hit him with that. Squidward smells good. Fight the power. Man, someone's selling the Gawain figure, that 1/8 scale one, for $425. That's not worth it at all. Usually find that joint for like $2. Not $2, but like $200. Bro, I am getting so hungry. But you know what it is? It's the most important meal of the day, serving it up no one's way. I'll eat in like 5 hours when I have to wake up. Four more times to go. Yeah. And then I'm done with part. Well, this is like an omake. My real big goal was to get Lancelot to bond 12 of the Berserker variety. It needs like 70,000 points. But we decided to do Smelly Old Holmes instead. But hey, whatever, right? Just gives me more of an excuse to grind. So, funny story, there's gonna be a Smash tournament in Taiwan this weekend. And there's like some like more top talent that you wouldn't expect to be there. It's like, what are they doing in Taiwan? Pretty funny, I think. Because there's really never tournaments like that there. Usually if there's a tournament in Taiwan or Thailand, a bunch of Japanese players will go, and they just beat everyone. And they just end up playing all of each other in top 8, which is always pretty funny. Same thing happens. There was a Guilty Gear tournament it was in the Philippines, and the top 7 of the top 8 were Japanese people, and there was one person, from the Philippines that was in top 8. And I mean, they didn't get owned immediately, but they made it like I think they played one person and then like lost. But I always think that's really funny, because it's like, yeah, that's like your region star player. Not to say they suck, but it's just funny to be like, yeah, they're really good for their area. Québécois moment. Like I said before, the only good thing about this quick farming is that I can just be sitting here thinking about like a bean burrito. Just spinning around a polygon, like a low poly bean burrito in my head. Crazy stuff. We got 0 CE drops today. That one time we were streaming though, I got 2 in a row. So it's either like I get none or I get all of them. Hit him with that, I get all the syrup, I get all the syrup. And then it's just CEs. But other time, I get none of the syrup. One more to go. And that'll be the end of today's show. What's today's date? The 27th? Huh. I just realized I have a package that might get intercepted. No. But hopefully it'll be easy to get taken care of. Thing is though, I was just looking at the tracking history and it said that on the 27th at 6:20 a.m. it was dispatched from the sorting center. So that means that they had to, that they must be like sending it out unless they're sending it back. The final sacrifice. This is also the last song on this album, I believe. Yay. I want to eat a big donut. Hang on, I have like 9 tabs open. I'm trying to figure something out. I guess I could just finish this since I have to go after this one anyway. And then a strong note. Not a bleeding throat. Yay! I'm going to bed now. I'll see you later, alligators, and after a while, crocodiles. Here's a hand heart to heart your hand, 'cause that's what I'm doing right now. Say it loud.